10 surprising facts about Graves' disease you never knew you needed. Did you know that Graves' disease can affect your eyes? You're not alone. About 3 out of every 4 people with Graves' disease also have what's called Graves' ophthalmopathy. This happens when the tissues behind the eyes get swollen and can push the eyeballs right out of their sockets. It can make your eyes look bug-eyed, and it can even make them feel droopy. Plus, it can cause double vision or blurry vision. And if all that wasn't enough, it can make your eyelids feel all itchy and irritated too. But don't worry, most of the time, these symptoms go away on their own within a few months. Number 2, most people develop antibodies against the thyroid gland. When this happens, they might develop hyperthyroidism, which is when the thyroid gland makes too much thyroid hormone. The body needs this hormone to work properly, but too much of it can cause all kinds of problems like a faster heartbeat, weight loss, and shaking hands and feet. But guess what? Some people develop antibodies that attack a different part of the thyroid gland. They go after the sodium iodide symporter, or NIS for short. This little protein helps bring iodine into the thyroid cells so they can make thyroid hormones. But when those antibodies show up, they block NIS from doing its job. The result, hypothyroidism, which is when the thyroid gland doesn't make enough thyroid hormone. So you need just the right amount of thyroid hormone. Too much or too little can cause problems. Number 3, Graves' disease is an autoimmune disorder. That means the immune system mistakenly attacks healthy cells in the body. In this case, it goes after the thyroid gland, which can make the gland work too much and cause hyperthyroidism. It can also cause inflammation around the eyes and make them stick out. But here's the kicker. We don't know exactly why this happens. It's like a big mystery. But we think it might be because of genes or something in the environment that triggers this whole immune system gone wild thing. And even though we don't know what causes it, we do know that once it starts, it can cause all sorts of problems. Like, did you know it can affect your heart? It can cause it to beat really fast and make you feel like you're having a heart attack. Or how about your eyes? They can get all red and swollen and feel itchy and irritated. And let's not forget about your skin. It can become dry and itchy too. But don't worry, there are ways to treat these symptoms and live a normal life. Number 4, thyroid storm is a rare but serious complication of Graves' disease. It happens when the immune system goes into overdrive and causes the thyroid gland to make way too much thyroid hormone. This can cause all sorts of problems like a super fast heartbeat, high blood pressure, tremors, agitation, and even dehydration. It's like the thyroid gland is going haywire and causing chaos throughout the body. But the good news is that it is pretty rare and can usually be treated with medications to bring everything back to normal. So while it's not something to take lightly, it's not the end of the world either. Number 5, having Graves' disease can put you at risk for developing other autoimmune disorders. It's like the immune system gone wild thing spreads to other parts of the body and targets other organs. For example, some people with Graves' disease also develop type 1 diabetes, where the immune system attacks the cells in the pancreas that make insulin. This can cause high blood sugar levels and all sorts of other health problems. But here's the thing, not everyone with Graves' disease will develop another autoimmune disorder. It's like a game of chance. But if you already have one autoimmune disorder, like Graves' disease, it increases your risk of developing another one. So it's important to keep an eye on things and talk to your doctor if you notice anything weird going on with your body. Number 6, did you know that women are more likely to develop Graves' disease than men? It affects about 7 out of every 10 women. And here's the weird thing, it often starts in young women between the ages of 20 and 40. But why? Well, researchers think it has something to do with genetics and hormones. They think there might be certain genes that make women more susceptible to developing Graves' disease. And they also think that having female hormones might play a role. Whatever the reason, it's clear that women are more likely to get Graves' disease than men. So if you're a woman and you're noticing symptoms of Graves' disease, it's important to see a doctor right away. Number 7, genetics play a big role in whether or not you'll develop Graves' disease. If you have a family member with the disease, your risk of developing it goes up by 5 times. But here's the thing, just because you have a family member with Graves' disease doesn't mean you'll definitely develop it. It's like a risk factor. a piece of the puzzle that might increase your chances, but it's not the only piece. Researchers have identified more than 40 different genes that might be involved in Graves' disease. Some of these genes help regulate the immune system, while others help control how thyroid cells work. So it's not just one gene that determines whether or not you'll develop Graves' disease. It's a combination of several genes working together. And that makes things a bit more complicated, but also a little more interesting. Number 8, certain medications can trigger Graves' disease. These are usually drugs that are used to treat other conditions. But they can cause the immune system to go haywire and start attacking the thyroid gland. For example, some people develop Graves' disease after taking interferon alpha for hepatitis C or Pemetrexed for lung cancer. But here's the thing, not everyone who takes these medications develops Graves' disease. It's like a lottery. A small percentage of people will experience this side effect. Also, it's not exactly clear how these medications cause Graves' disease. It's like a mystery, but it's possible that they interfere with certain proteins or hormones in the body, triggering the immune system to go on a rampage. Number 9, stress can make Graves' disease symptoms worse. That's because stress releases a hormone called cortisol, which can stimulate the thyroid gland and make it produce more thyroid hormone. This can lead to more symptoms like a faster heartbeat, weight loss, and anxiety. But it's not just stress that can trigger these symptoms. Illness and lack of sleep can also cause the same hormone to be released, leading to the same symptoms. That's why it's important to find ways to manage stress, illness, and sleep deprivation. By keeping these things in check, you can help keep your Graves' disease symptoms under control. Number 10, did you know that too much iodine can trigger Graves' disease? That's right. Iodine is an essential nutrient that the body needs to make thyroid hormones, but getting too much of it can cause problems. For example, people who eat a lot of iodized salt or take too many supplements can end up with more iodine than they need. And when that happens, it can trigger Graves' disease in susceptible individuals. But wait, there's more. Some medications used to treat hyperthyroidism, like methimazole and propylthurosol, can also cause iodine allergy. That's when the body becomes hypersensitive to iodine, and any exposure to it can trigger a reaction. And guess what? The reaction can be severe. It can cause hives, swelling of the face, lips, or tongue, and even trouble breathing. That's why it's important to be aware of the foods and medications that contain iodine and to talk to your doctor if you think you might have an iodine allergy. If you liked this video, share it with your friends and don't forget to subscribe.